Connect Radio.
What's up, guys? This is Insanity back here at Rock on the Range 2014 in Columbus, Ohio. And I have the privilege of having one of the members of Suicidal Tendancies, one of the most badass bands for so long. And I didn't even get your name. I apologize. What's your name?
My name is Dean.
Dean
Pleasant. Suicidal Tendancies.
Suicidal Tendencies, man. That is a name that just resounds with metal infamy, and it's everything that you guys were like pioneers, basically. Suicidal Tendencies. What does it mean to be in a band that's so epic and I mean, it kind of paved the way for other bands like yours?
It's really cool to be in a band like this. Very, cool part of history, cool part of, California Venice. I call it the skater punk.
Oh, yeah.
Some people call it crossover hardcore, but it's really cool to be in this band and have the respect from other bands.
How long have you guys been going? It's been like, 20 to 25 years, something like that?
Yeah, I joined the band in '96, so it's 2014.
Yeah, that's a while.
Yeah. We've been going, and it's been a good ride.
Hell yeah, man. Now, let me ask you a question. This is the first thing that came out when I think of Suicidal Tendencies. How often as a band member do you actually hear, like, hey, Mike, all I wanted was a Pepsi? How often do you hear that? Just one Pepsi. Do you guys hear that, like, airports? People see you, like, all I wanted was this one Pepsi.
I kind of would be every damn day. Can I say damn on the radio?
Yeah, I've been dropping the F-bomb all day. Don't worry about it. That's all right. We're metalheads now. We got it.
Right. Every damn day, man.
Yeah.
It's funny, yeah. But, every now and then we get a new twist on it, but yes.
Yeah, and what's the most original twist on that you've had as far as Pepsi goes?
The new thing is the Facebook ones where people put, like Will Ferrell, somebody with Pepsi, they get creative.
That's epic. I mean, honestly, for me, I think that most fans of any kind of metal over the past 2 or 3 decades, I mean, that song was just the song. It's like the platform. It's a pillar of everything that makes music so great, I think, really.
Yeah, I think it was, when you hear that song, there was nothing like it, especially for its time, the change of tempos and all the different stuff, and here Institutionalized, just an iconic song. I heard the song before I even was into that kind of music, and that's what got me into punk rock. It was actually Suicidal, so it was kind of cool that I got to be able to play for them.
Oh, hell yeah, I mean, that's great, man. I mean, you get to, maybe you're a fan, and you're like, hey, I get to join the band, that's pretty badass,
Yeah.
So about the band, going this long, are your fans still pretty receptive and you get a lot of crowds, a lot of noise? They still really, really upbeat about it?
Yeah, and actually we've been getting a lot of young kids lately and kids that are into skating and kind of like rediscovering Suicidal, and they see the stickers, they see the skateboard thing, so they're like, what is this about? So they go listen to the first record and they're rediscovering punk, which is, hey, that's really cool,
Oh yeah, I think you guys are to skater punk music as like Led Zeppelin and like Skinner are to classic rock. You guys will never ever fade away, even after you guys don't make music. Well, you're not allowed to stop making music, by the way. But after you stop making music, if you do, it's gonna be one of those things. Like 60 years down the road, I think the generations will still be okay with, this band was pioneers.
Right. I really appreciate that. I hope so. And there's so many different facets, like you said. There's punk metal. There's all the different things that encompass Suicidal. There's so many different records we have to be able to play from on tour, and that's a cool thing too.
Oh yeah. Now let me ask you. I've been asking all bands. Aside from missing friends and family and being away from them, what's the single hardest thing about touring and being on the road all the time?
Sometimes touring, you're tired sometimes, but and there's weather changes, but you adapt to it. I think that we're very lucky to be able to play music and play in front of an audience and get an instant response. I mean, we have a job where you get an instant release of what you're doing, so it's not a lot of complaints. As long as you stay healthy on the road, but I think, the main thing is just getting your sleep.
Oh, yeah. Now, when do you guys have it out now right now? You guys have a newest release or anything like that?
Yeah, we have a record out called 13, and we just put out like almost a year ago.
Okay, what record label is that off of?
That's on Suicidal Records and distributed by Universal.
Okay.
So,
Suicidal Records, kind of like your deal, like Suicidal's own little record.
Yeah.
That is badass. So see, you made it when you got your label, like, and that's like the thing, because, you got, feel like Selma kind of did the same thing. He made housecore, so it's kind of like you guys kind of fall in the footsteps, like do the whole record label thing. Now, are you guys with the Suicidal Records? Are you guys like helping up-and-coming bands too? Is that something you guys get involved in?
We have projects under the works right now, and hopefully some cool stuff will be coming out of our camp, and as well as our stuff. And we also, I don't know if you know, familiar with Infectious Grooves. We have that band that we work with, and so we're trying to stay creative. Mike, our singer, is very prolific with songwriting. We have so many songs. And
yeah, you do,
so,
man.
Yeah.
You have a sliding palette. How many albums you guys have out now? Like, 13, 14?
Yeah, something like that.
You guys are up there with, you guys are probably higher than Metallica.
Yeah.
And you guys put out quality every time. So it's hard to really find consistency where every album, it's not the same album over. You guys really, it's amazing to find a band like yours that's been around for so long, but you guys never make the same album twice. Well, what do you think the recipe for is for that?
I think, like I said, Mike is very creative, and he surrounds himself with creative people, and he loves music. And I think the reason he started Suicidal was sort of like to rebel against the music that he didn't like. He wanted to do his own. So with that said, his brain is always working on stuff. That's why they call him Psycho Michael.
It's almost like a curse when you're, because my mind is the exact same way. I never stop. It's so hard to focus on one thing. So maybe that's why you get all that crazy music. I mean, that's great. It's great music. So let me ask you, touring, because you guys tour extensively, who is the messiest, most rowdy person on the tour? Like, one guy like, man, you gotta clean this shit up, man. You gotta calm down.
It's always the drummer or the bass player.
It's always, you can't trust the drummer. They're just wild, crazy motherfuckers.
Yeah, they are.
Other guys going to fucking jail and getting, ending up drunk on the bus with like a dick, tattooed or Sharpie on his back. I actually heard I did an interview with Battlecross recently. They were saying that the craziest story they heard was somebody fell asleep while they were drunk, and apparently they torched the guy's set the guy's pubic hair on fire. I was like, oh dude, he's like, that's a cardinal sin. You never fall asleep drunk on a tour.
Especially on the front couch.
Yeah, I said, remind me to never go on tour with you fuckers and drink.
You fall asleep on the front couch, front lounge, you're fair game.
Is that one of the commandments of touring?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So what is the food like? What is the food like touring? You guys get a lot of junk food, or is it hard to eat good on the road?
It's hard to eat good, but on this last tour we did with Slayer and Exodus, we had good catering.
Wow.
But it's just like sometimes you eat in McDonald's, you don't want to, but it's all that's there.
It's like, I hope I don't move too much on stage or something. Like oopsie.
Yeah,
that's a big oopsie. So let me ask you this: if you personally could collaborate with any musician, living or dead, who would it be and why?
Oh, living or dead. Oh, I'd like to collaborate. I'd love to collaborate with first choice would be Jimi Hendrix.
Oh yeah.
And then maybe Eddie Van Halen.
I got a fist bump on that one, though, man. That's awesome. That's a good choice, right?
Yeah.
I believe it or not, the guy from Battlecross, I asked him, and he said Huey Lewis, and I was like, wow, that's pretty awesome. He's like, Huey Lewis is a great musician. That's what I said. I said, I think you could say something like Stevie Ray or Jimi Hendrix. He said, no, I totally Huey Lewis.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
That's but man, Jimmy Page, man, it's so tragic for him. He was too early, For a lot of the musicians, but it is kind of nice to see. I mean, as far as you guys stay pretty. I mean, I'm sure you have your share of drinks, but I mean, you guys try to stay pretty.
Yeah, I try to stay healthy. I'm not a big drinker. I like the taste of it, and I'm cool. Some people can't handle it, some people can. When I'm on tour, I pretty much am very focused on my performance because I want to give my best every night. And when all is said and done, when I get home, then I might kick back with a drink and relax.
I got you. So let me ask you a more personal question, more serious. What's the most touching, like, intimate moment you've had with a fan? Like something that maybe you touched them in a way, your band touched them in a way?
Yeah. I think more recently, a guy that was was working with us, he was his tour manager. He told me I was the reason he started playing guitar.
Really?
And when you hear that, I don't care who you are, how big you are, how small you are, whatever. When someone tells you you're the reason that they started doing anything, it's just an amazing feeling. You know, like that someone admired what you did enough to inspire them to try it too. It's like I never imagined myself being that person that would inspire anybody to do anything.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see smiles on people's faces. So to have people tell me that, I've had over the years people say that, but the one person was working with us, and I respected what he did, and he, respected what I did. So that was a very touching.
Absolutely, yeah. It's nice to see that. I think that might be one of the most rewarding pieces, right? It's actually getting to, like somebody like me, even I said, I'm a real huge fan of Suicidal Tendancies. I've been for years.
Yeah.
How does it feel when you hear that? To know that you're inspiring people.
I totally appreciate that. It's like, I don't always show it as much outwardly, but it really does mean a lot to me, and to be part of something like this, and to know that my hard work meant something to somebody, and to touch somebody, because that's what music touches everybody.
Yeah.
It evokes an emotion in every person that encounters it.
Yeah, and like your music, I think, especially it's like if you can interpret it a different way. And, we'll go ahead and wrap it up with this question. Go ahead and give us your links. You guys have been around forever, but just go ahead and give us your social links.
Oh yeah, you can find Suicidal on Facebook, and also www.suicidaltendencies.com, one word, and stay in touch with all of our travelings, comings and goings, new records, merch, everything. So, and also we have an infectious group page too. So
awesome, man. Well, thank you very much for taking the time with us, Dean. It was a pleasure meeting you. And this is Insanity here at Rock on the Range 2014 here with Dean from Suicidal Tendencies, one of the most groundbreaking and epic fucking bands ever of all time. So thank you for your time. And this is Insanity signing off. Until next time. Don't forget, we only play metal that makes you want to break shit.
Hey, this is Dean Pleasant from Suicidal Tendencies, and you're listening to metal that makes you want to break shit at Broken Neck Radio.